Permaculture is an approach for looking at land and how we live that seeks to bring together our human needs with everything that nature needs around us. It's how we apply our understanding of ecology, our observation of natural systems, modern science, indigenous knowledge, all together in order to figure out how we might live permanently on this planet.
Here in the Permaculture Design Course, we have a 2-week immersion into permaculture design. And basically we understand what is the framework of permaculture, what are the ethics, the principles, and then we start looking at the landscape, at the patterns that hold the landscape, at nature, which is one of our biggest teachers, and then more specific topics like soil, water, structures of how people work.
So the Permaculture Design Course is organized over 2 weeks, kind of in 3 sections. First, we seek to create a foundational language. So we're talking about principles, ethics, patterns. And from there we start getting into an understanding of ecology. We spend a lot of time trying to understand how water works, how soil works, and how we, again, apply that to a human end. The third part of the class is really focused on design. And when we use the word permaculture, we really are interested in following it with the word design. And so in our particular courses, we have actual projects for the students, and they're working with clients. And the hope is that they can apply what they're learning in the class with these clients to get some sort of outcome that will help the clients have another tool at their disposal.
Permaculture is a design tool that you use in landscape. It can be a physical landscape, it can be social landscape. And well, personally for me, it allows me to relate in a better way to humans, animals, sites. And I love to teach it because it's exactly what humanity needs in this time of what's going on in the world.
Our big hope for this class is that students will have a couple specific outcomes. One is just become introduced to a new paradigm, a new ideology, one that is focused on abundance, that is focused on connection. That happens throughout the class. Beyond that, some more specific technical pieces are an understanding of ecological processes. You know, how does the nutrient cycle work? How does the water cycle work? We're really interested in training students on reading the landscape and that skill, and we practice that over and over throughout the class. And then being able to really take the patterns in, the principles of permaculture and the 12 principles that we use, and actually apply that to work.
I think whoever wants to go from, doubt or maybe not knowing what to do with the actual situation to some action, to some inspiring ideas, start small, doing little things that can really have a global impact. Any person can do permaculture, you just need to feel the call, and yeah, I think it's for everybody, definitely.
I think this class is really appropriate for a lot of people. So it might be for professionals in architecture, engineering world, people working in nonprofits, in development, who are looking to add a different perspective to their work, maybe a more holistic perspective. Beyond that, though, I think it's anybody that is trying to figure out how do we actually live in this world. If you're an activist, maybe if you're deeper into the spiritual world, the spiritual community, permaculture can really provide, and this class can really provide a grounding, kind of a dirt in the fingernails perspective, and more than a perspective, a really kind of bump, push to move forward, to take actual steps. The class is focused on what we can do. It's focused on what the world that we want to build. It isn't focused on all the things that are going wrong with the world, all the problems. And so if you're stuck in that realm, this is a really good place to find other people that are interested in changing the world and sharing a vision for this world that we want to live in.
So after the course, students have a capacity to design, to analyze, go to a place and analyze what's going on with the people, with the site, with the soil, the water, all the different elements that go through a site, and create something that is more beautiful, that make sense with what the ecosystem is telling you. You're able to read those patterns. For me, permaculture is a way of life. So the more I learn about it, the more I'm able to make it my own. And I think anybody can do that. It's not a set of instructions to follow. It's growing, it's alive, and anybody can take this tool and make their life better and make the world better.
¡América resiste!